Well, you know the deal. The Mets in position to win the wild card spot, the third wild card spot in the National League. They are one game up on the Cincinnati Reds. The Mets can't tie, though. They have got to be one game better than Cincinnati.
Clayton McCullough said one thing earlier this afternoon. He said, look, we don't get to play on Tuesday. We want to make sure of one thing, and it's the Mets don't get that chance either.
Interesting pitching matchup. The Marlins have actually held Sandy Alcantara back, even when they still had a very slim yet mathematical shot at catching the Mets. He hasn't pitched in a while, but he's going to pitch tonight.
A strange choice by the Marlins. He last started on the 18th. He could have pitched 2 more times. They held him back. He's pitching on 7 days rest.
Francisco Lindor in 9 games against the Marlins this year is hitting .342. He's driven in 6.
And he drives one to deep right center field. Back goes Conine near the wall, and it's out of here. Lindor opens another game with a home run. This time on the game's second pitch. His 11th leadoff home run of the season. 31 on the year. 1-0 New York. There's your bellwether.
2 straight sinkers, and boy, left him up in the strike zone. Lindor all over it. Remember, he was languishing back in June. So he's had a terrific second half.
Soto with 43 home runs, 30 stolen bases.
And he lines one up the middle. That's a base hit.
So the Mets with back-to-back base hits as Soto got all over that changeup and rammed it back through the originator. Soto again creeping away. He takes off. Nimmo takes a strike. The throw by Ramirez is not in time. 97 consecutive steals of second against catchers for the Mets. Soto's 37th of the year as he bids for a 40-40 season.
And now Alonso, who also has struggled against Alcantara in the past, although he does have a home run against him, but just 5 for 37 in his career.
Pulled on the ground, off the bag and down the line. That'll bring in Soto. It goes to the deep corner. Hernandez runs it down. Alonso pulls in at second base with his 40th double of the year. Drives in his 124th run, and it's 2-0 New York.
That was summit bat by Alonso.
Pete, hey, tip your hat.
Congratulations to Pete. That's quite a mark, right? 40 doubles?
40 doubles is a lot.
Chopper towards first. That's a fair ball picked up by Troy Johnston, making his 14th start at first base tonight. Offense hasn't been the issue for the Mets as Brett Baty bats now. He had a big 3-run homer.
Swing and a miss, 1-1.
I think Baty wanted a timeout because he might have hurt his side with this swing.
I think Baty might have tweaked something, and Carlos Mendoza stepping out of the dugout of the warning track, and Brett immediately signals and says, I'm good, I'm good. But he was shaking and twisting out his back there a little bit after that high fastball swing.
That's not a sight you want to see when you start doing those kinds of calisthenics.
Baty chops one to the right side, and Edwards has got it. Mets get 2 here with the top at first. They have an early 2-0 lead.
Sproat goes tonight. It's his 4th major league start, the biggest start of his life.
The Mets have been the best over the last month or so when they've had Nolan McLean or Brandon Sproat on the mound.
And Hicks scorches one to third, backhanded by Baty. The long throw to first, right on target, side retired.
That retires the side. So no runs, no hits. A hit batsman, 1 left, and at the end of 1, the Mets 2, the Marlins nothing.
Well, we saw Brett Baty holding his side after a swing, and after he made that throw to first base, he was grimacing. And Baty just a moment ago headed down the tunnel, and we'll see what transpires from here.
Yeah, does not look good.
Mets with a 2-0 lead now have runners at first and second, 1 out. And Francisco Lindor, who started this with a home run coming up.
Lindor laces one that's grabbed by Troy. First baseman, he grabs the liner above his hat and he takes it right to the first base bag. Good luck double play for Sandy Alcantara. A line drive smoked at Johnston, but he reached up, made the grab, and Torrens was dead to rights in between first and second.
Ronnie Mauricio now playing third base. Brett Baty coming out after appearing to tweak something in his side. And a grounder on the backhand for Lindor. He knocks it down, recovers, throws, and just in time to get Lopez for the first out.
Here's Griffin Conine, left-hand batter.
And Sproat gets it in there for a call strike 3. Knee-high sinker to get Conine for Sproat's first strikeout. And he gets his man with a changeup. Troy Johnston down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Sproat in the 1-2-3 second. Juan Soto leads off in the third against Sandy Alcantara. And he lines one into left center for a base hit. Over to cut it off is Hernandez, and Soto will stop at first with his second hit of the night, leadoff single.
That leading-off bullet. Soto wants to go.
Here he goes. Throw by Ramirez, no chance. And Soto's got his second of the night, his 38th of the year. And he drives one to center field. Marcy going back and reaches up to make the catch. Soto goes back late to tag. He heads to third. The relay there, not in time.
And now with the infield in, here's Pete Alonso.
And he struck him out, got him with the changeup. Wow. So Alonso strikes out. Second of the night for Alcantara. 2 down in the inning. 2-2 to McNeil.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. McNeil is irate. Alcantara with a pair of strikeouts here in the third. He leaves Soto at third.
Conine, then Johnston and Hernandez against Sprode, who's given up just 1 hit through the first 4 innings.
1-0 pitch. Griffin Conine laces one into left center field. That's in for a base hit. On a couple of hops, it gets out to Nimmo, and that is a leadoff single for Conine.
Marlins have placed the leadoff man aboard, and it'll bring up Troy Johnston.
Oh, that's ripped into right field past Alonso for a base hit. Conine's on his way to third. Marlins are in business here in the bottom of the 5th. They're on the corners with nobody out.
Hernandez walked and was caught stealing his first time up.
And he shoots one in the air down the right field line, twisting. Fair ball! Rolling into the corner. Conine will score. Here comes Johnston. Throw coming to the plate is not in time.
Let's keep talking about that good stuff.
Heriberto Hernandez going the other way and just keeping it fair down the right field line. He drives home 2, and it's a 2-2 game in the 5th.
Suddenly the Marlins have awakened and tied this game.
Graham Pauley is the batter.
Pauley swinging away, hits it to Alonso. Steps on the bag.
Marcy is flight out to the warning track and been hit by a pitch by Brandon Sprode.
Got something to hit. Oh, Alonso can't field it cleanly. Only plays to first. And the Marlins have their first lead of the ball game.
That time Hernandez was running on contact, and if Alonso fields it cleanly, he's got a pretty good chance to get him at the plate. Agustin Ramirez is grounded out and lined to center.
And he gets jammed. And he shoots it into shallow left field for a base hit.
And Brandon Sprode is out of this game after 4 2/3, and they'll bring in the left-hander to turn around Xavier Edwards. Now Gregory Soto is in.
Ramirez just took off. There's a called strike. He was looking right dead red into the eyes of Gregory Soto, who just watched him gallivant to second.
Marlins playing free and easy. They can have some fun. They can have some fun like they had in 07 and 08.
And there goes Ramirez. They got him picked off. No throw to third. Mauricio was asleep.
Oh my goodness.
And the pitch is a ground ball up the middle and a base hit.
Just flat out outplay him.
And the Mets, a lack of attention to detail, which has cropped up repeatedly, comes up to bite them again. Now we're going to get a pinch hitter. Connor Norby will bat for Liam Hicks.
This is an exhausted Mets bullpen that's trying to piece it together in the final 72 hours of the season. 2-1. There's a high fly ball to left field, pretty deep. Connor Norby, 6-2.
Stay on that backside.
And the wheels have come off seemingly out of nowhere. First man got on. 2 batters later, a triple. A few more batters later, Soto's in. And a grand total of 6 have crossed. And Norby sat that fastball like he knew it was coming. That's how far and how hard he hit. 422 feet. He can crush that ball.
He goes deep, and the Mets better dig deep.
Back here in Miami, where Sandy Alcantara has taken to the mound in the 8th.
Lindor homered on the second pitch of the game, lined into a double play and grounded to second.
Yeah, that's ball 4, and so the Mets get the leadoff man on in the 8th.
Where was that pitch?
Did you see Lindor's reaction? Kind of turned to his bench. Let's go. Vamos.
27-year-old rookie Cade Gibson comes in to face Juan Soto.
The 0-2. Little dribbler back to the mound. Gibson's got it. He's going to second. They get the out there. There's Brandon Nimmo.
And Nimmo hits a soft ground ball. Edwards with the backhand.
Dropped by Lopez.
The Mets get a big break. Looked like a sure out at second base, and Lopez flat out dropped the toss from Edwards.
And so now here is Alonso.
The 2-2 to Alonso. Struck him out on a changeup. 2 away.
Perfectly located. Got him to chase.
So now 2 out and 2 on for Jeff McNeil.
And
Did he go? He did not. Ball 4. And the bases are loaded, and the Mets will get the tying run to bat, and Mark Vientos will come up to pinch hit.
Tyler Phillips, 27-year-old from Lumberton, New Jersey, has been amazing. A sub-3 ERA, 2.87 on the year, and he faces the 25-year-old Mark Vientos.
Remember, if not for the injury, Brett Baty would be up in this place.
Popped him up into shallow left. Vientos out in front of a sweeper, and the Mets will leave him loaded here in the top of the 8th inning.
Well, the error invited the Mets in, but the Mets leave the party empty-handed. Well, we go to the 9th inning here in Miami. Francisco Alvarez will lead off for the Mets.
There's a little dribbler, and that is a fair ball, and he applies a tag on the thigh of Alvarez, and he's out.
He hit it 6 inches right in front of the plate.
A grub worm.
Cedric Mullins is 0 for 2 and a walk tonight.
He flies one in the air to right. This is a piece of cake for Joey Wiemer. And there's 2 out here in the top of the 9th inning for Tyler Phillips.
1 out away from sealing a crushing loss for the Mets. Duran hits it on the ground. Lopez gets in front of it. And the Marlins, on the strength of a 6-run 5th inning and some clutch pitching by Sandy Alcantara and Tyler Phillips, take the opening game of this series. And the Mets no longer control their own destiny. They'll have to rely on the kindness of strangers if they're going to get into the postseason, as the Marlins win this game 6-2.